Hey y'all, hey! Forgive me for being tardy for the party. Y'all come on in, share the video, um, so we can get this party started, right? Um, I don't know why it's showing small now. Come on, y'all. But y'all come on in, share the video, and I'm gonna get on the TikTok and we're gonna get this party started. Faith for the ridiculous. That's what we're talking about today. Y'all come on in, please share the video. Again, I apologize for being tardy. But God is good. I know y'all getting your greens and stuff together. Greens, beans, tomatoes, you name it. Oh, I don't look great today, but God is faithful anyway. Don't do that. I got on my Thanksgiving cooking, my Thanksgiving prep dress. Y'all come on in, share the video, and I'll chat with you guys while people are coming in. Faith for the ridiculous. That's what we're going to talk about. Faith for the ridiculous. Can you believe God? I had the best class, and I know every day I say the class the night before was the best class, but it's just because everything I do is just really, really good. It's just so awesome. And so my 100K in 4 month boot camp class was amazing last night. And it just always inspires me when I am coaching. I get to hear it because faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. And so, when I hear it, I get inspired too. And so that's how it was last night. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. Their eyes lit up. And so yeah, I want y'all, while y'all waiting, after you share it, I want you to tell me what y'all cooking on on today. What are y'all preparing for today? For me, my husband's still eating leaves and figs. He's still plant-based. He lost 141 pounds. I'm so proud of him. And he says he has 40 more to go. He's going to disappear on me. But he lost 141 pounds and he just went plant based 2 years ago, almost 2 years. Like, he didn't care. We were in Singapore. He was like, I'll have the vegetables. And me, I was like, I'll have the garlic crabs with the. So, but I did lose 50 pounds. So don't even do that. So for him, I have to prepare another meal. We're at our home in the Bahamas, and so and they don't even celebrate it here. So unlike y'all, I didn't have to fight with people at the grocery store and all of that stuff. Everybody just like a regular day. So I'm making him. Hold on, let me get my. I'm making him. Hold on, I can't do the thing at the same time. Let me tell you what I'm making me first. I'm making fried chicken gizzards because it's just so good. I'm making fried chicken gizzards. I'm making stuffing, cornbread stuffing, dressing, whatever you want to call it. I'm making cabbage. I'm making turkey wings because I don't really like turkey anyway. So I'm making turkey wings, and I'm making rice and gravy and mac and cheese. Like, but it's all gonna be all little personal. Y'all know I'm gonna show it to you, all little personal size things of macaroni and cheese and all that because there's only one person. For him, I'm making him fried mushrooms so it could look like my fried gizzards. It'd be yummy though. I'm making him fried mushrooms. I'm making him rice, and I'm making him cabbage. I know it don't sound real, but it's gonna be good. You know. Um, and last year I made some vegan stuff, and I don't know if I can get all those things here. He likes cranberry sauce, so he still gonna have his little um, Thanksgiving. So it's gonna be, and we'll overlook the water, overlook our private beach, and overlook the water, and we'll have a quiet Thanksgiving. And so, yeah, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, Sheree. All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you and we bless you. We give you glory and honor. You alone are worthy to be praised. Thank you for our time together. Bless us indeed. Give us the strength to do what you called us to do, the faith to pull it off. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so TikTok, I need y'all to share it. I want y'all to share it. And let's get started. Faith for the ridiculous. Do you believe God for things that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard? I'm doing things that are just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It don't make sense. I can't really justify it with human understanding, like the things that I'm pulling off, and you'll learn about some more things in the weeks to come. But it's just history making stuff, and it's just because I believe that I can do it, and I believe I can do it because I have God on the inside of me. I know we talk like that, but I actually believe it. And so, if you're going to have faith for the ridiculous, like, can you get out of debt and become a millionaire in 26? Absolutely, you can. And you ain't just hyping yourself up. People do it all the time. And you just don't do it. And it is because you don't have the faith to do it, or the work ethic, and or that combination to make it happen. And so, while I am upset that I've made some financial decisions that put me in a place where I'm like, but I'm like, girl, you did it before. Get out of it. Get a funk ain't gonna get you there. Being in the funk ain't gonna get you there. That is not gonna help. So I just had to wrap my mind around the fact that I'll get out of it. I will get out of it. And then the fact that I know it can be done, because not just that I heard about it, I've done it before. So that's what I'm going to do. First quarter, everything is going to be over. And I will never, and I've learned enough to say, don't do this again. So don't, that's a word for you before I get to my points. Don't wallow in your past mistakes. It's not going to help. When has worry worked? When has worry worked? It don't work. Now it blocks up your creativity. You pout and stuff like that, and ain't nobody signing up for that. So now you got bad energy. Nobody's attracted to that. So it's not even helpful for my job to be in a pity party. Like, I can't do that. And so I can't coach and be defeated. Like, how's that huddle gonna go? Hey, y'all, let's just put our best foot forward and hope for the best. Better team than us, but at least we here. Like, that don't work. You can't do that. So I have to believe that the same guy that did it before is going to do it right now. He's already doing it. It's already done. So I want to share something with you. Hold on. I want to share something with you. Number one, you got to have a revelation. Ridiculous faith begins with a word from God. You don't move on facts. You move on fresh revelation. Facts change. My faith changes facts. You got a revelation is the aha moment at the point of your understanding. This ain't a new thing for God, like God and stuff. He's been God. But it's new to us about the levels that we can appreciate and rely on him. He's been delivering his people. He's been, but you know that. But it's when you're awakened to the fact that he'll do it in this arena too. He did it for your health. He did it for your salvation. Now, will he do it for your wealth? Will he do it for your money? You know what I mean? Like, do you believe it though? Do you believe? You got to have this aha moment that God is who he said he is. He's going to do what he said he's going to do. And he has the ability to perform what he said he's going to perform. And even if you're in the midst of a fire right now, remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Okay, he's in there too. He's in it too. And you will come out unscathed, not smelling like smoke. That's the word. All right, so number one is a revelation. I feel like, what's his name? Tyler Perry. A revelation. It's a revelation. Medea. I feel like Medea. It's a revelation. God is. He just is. Whatever you need him to be. He's whatever you need him to be. You are the I am. You are. You're whatever I need you to be. He just is. Number one is revelation. Number two is radical. Oh, I don't even know who this is, but I miss you back. I can't see. Tell me who you are. Radical obedience, like, because God said so. That's why I'm doing it. God don't even have to tell me twice. If I hear hey, Mrs. Lewis, how are you? Radical obedience. Will you obey? This is an interesting season. Will everybody admit that this is kind of like a strange season? You betwixt and between, and you're doing things that you never thought you would do, and you're in spaces and places. I'm not even trying to, like, I sound like I got bars, right? You're a poet. Don't I sound like a poet? You're in places and spaces that you never thought you would be in. But this season is calling for radical obedience. move when he says move. I know y'all tired of my school testimony, but you would have never told me I would have went back to school and finished in the same year. But it was radical obedience. I believe I went at the time he told me to go. I did what he told me to do, and ta-da, I've already graduated with 2 degrees. But that was radical obedience. I was talking to one of my good friends, of 35 years, and now she's going through the program, and she's like, I'm just getting up and doing it. And I'm like, that's all I did. I just got up and did it. When God says move, you don't need a confirmation. Some of you are prophetic hoes, okay? You just need a word. God said it. Whose word is bigger than God's? Now, it's not that I don't believe in the prophetic, but I don't need confirmation. I got a relationship with God. When I'm an only child, my mom tell me something my mom told me. I don't need my cousins to say it, and your mom even said it. That's my mom. You can tell I'm petty about my mom, right? That's my mom. That's my mom. Radical obedience. He says move, I move. Just like that. See what I did there? I don't need a confirmation. I mean, I appreciate all the confirmations and stuff, but I've already moved. So if you come to me a couple weeks later and the Lord said, you're going to go back to school, I'm like, child, 4 weeks in. But I mean, I appreciate it. You had a relationship. Now, I'm just going to mess with y'all a little bit. You've been walking with Jesus this long and you still don't know his voice? Do we not talk to him? You always talking about something said. Something like who? It's only God or the devil talking to you. So if you can't discern the voice, it explains your life choices because you don't know who said what. I ain't gonna lie, when I heard go back to school, and it wasn't even an audible voice, it was like a nudge to go back to school. I'm like, I'm in the flesh. I'm just doing it because people doing it. No, I'm not. I'm like, I can't move off of stuff like that. I don't just do stuff because people doing it, because then I'm only responsible for the paper and the bill. Like, I don't want to do stuff like that. So I got to make sure it's something God wants me to do, or I'm not going to have the grace for it. I am teaching better than you're saying amen. You won't have the grace for it. That's why I'm looking at other people lane like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. Because I can do stuff. I can do a whole lot of stuff, but do I have the grace for the stuff that I do? And I don't want to be in a place, in a space without the grace. I do have bars today. Are y'all listen? Snap it up for me. I don't want to be in a space without the grace to do it. So many people have tried to copy the things that I've done and they don't have the grace. They can have the money and the notoriety and they won't do it for longer than a year because they just never had the grace for it. They just did it because other people were doing it. I don't want to do that. I'm mature enough to know I don't want to do that. I don't have a copycat anointing. My twin granddaughters, they are super cute. But whenever you give, whether it's positive or negative attention to one of them, normally Kennedy does something and I respond, and then Mari say, like, you tell her stop doing something, she got my attention, and so Mari will do this same exact thing. And I'm like, your sister just got in trouble. You saw that, like, though, what you know? And it's still, but they're so cute though. Or if I'm like lifting Kennedy up or doing something like that, then Mario will sit right over there and say, Mari's turn. Right? That's how some of you act in your life. Like, when I tell you this is hilarious, I'm going to make y'all laugh. I forgot my point. I was trying to like just circle it back and I just forgot it. I really didn't. I don't know where I was going with it, but it was going to be good. I'm still coaching you now because what you don't understand is I could literally fake like I knew where I was going and make something up because I teach for a living, but I really don't know where I was going with that illustration. That is hilarious. And I'm not embarrassed because you can't take none of what I do away from me because I made a mistake. I am coaching you now. You don't even get it because the enemy's job is to terrorize you and you make a mistake and then it paralyzes you and then you just go off on another tangent. And it just doesn't make sense. And now the whole broadcast is lost because you just, And then you try to fuss at me as a preacher talking about, I wish I had church praying. No, you forgot your thought and just move on. Is that cute or what? I coached you in that moment and you don't even understand, because the reason why I can achieve what I achieve is because I robbed the enemy of his ability to embarrass me. I literally can't be embarrassed because I could say you made a mistake and you're still watching me. So I'm still in position. I'm still in purpose. I will make mistakes from time to time. It doesn't happen often, but I will make mistakes. And I don't allow him to, I will laugh at myself. Valerie trying to coach me back. She said, copycat, copycat. Right. That's where thank you, Valerie. Valerie always has my back. Thank you, Valerie. I was saying, some of you try to copy what other people are doing and God never told you to do it, and then you don't have the grace to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Val. Thank you. I don't try to copy off of people. Like my assignment is already a tall order. So trying to do what I can celebrate you though, baby. I can cheer you on. I can coach you into where you need to be because that's my job. But I'm not trying to do nothing that God didn't call me to do. I just don't have the grace for it. Remember when I told you I started out in business, I knew I was an entrepreneur to the core. I know that I'm an entrepreneur. I was always supposed to be an entrepreneur. But daycare wasn't it. But I started out in daycare until I didn't like kids that much. I was like, oh, I didn't think this through. See, some of y'all find yourself in spaces and places that God never designed. And just because you have the ability to do it, what you in the Army, you being all you can be. I can do too much. I can do a lot of stuff. It don't look like it today. Don't do it. But I can do makeup. It don't make me a makeup artist because the minute you want to change something, I'll be looking at you. I can do flyers, but the minute you want to change a color, a font, or whatever, I would throw the whole computer away. Like, what? I did what I thought was best. Like, what do you mean? Like, I could do a lot of stuff, but I know I don't have the grace for it. I can do websites. I did my website. I did my church's website. I did my husband's website. I think it looked pretty hot. People be like, do you do it for others? Heck no. Because the minute you want to do something else, I'll be looking at you like, I'm not changing it. And you took the people money. Yeah, I don't have the grace for it. I speak prophetically that you're going to be in a space and place you're supposed to be, not just that you have the ability to be. Teach, Pastor Monica. I don't want to just do stuff just because I can do it. I'm not trying to be all I can be. I'm trying to be what I'm purposed to be. I did that season in my life is over. Just doing a bunch of stuff I can do. No, I want to do the stuff. I coach from sun up to sundown. If y'all look at my Facebook page, right, you'll see last week, the Power Collective, Monday, Tuesday, How to Be a Wife Academy, Wednesday, the AI photo shoot class, Thursday, the book boot camp class, all over again. Monday, I had the Power Collective. Tuesday, yesterday, I had the 100K in 4 months boot camp. I got several boot camps going on that one. This girl works for the kingdom. In between having meetings all day, my school in Kenya, all of that kind of stuff, I work for the kingdom. I have the same energy in the morning that I have in the evening because I am purposed to do that. I get sleepy, I take a nap, I get something to eat, I come right back and I'm like, hey, this is your girl. Because guess what? Every class and every school that I have don't care about the previous class or the one that's coming behind them. They don't care what I did on Monday. They don't care what I have to do on Wednesday. It's Tuesday and I need you to show up. And I know that I am purposed to do this. Now, somebody else, this would drive them crazy. You got to do a class every night. You got to do a Zoom every night. I'm like, girl, you go to work every day. Like, get it? I do this for myself though. Like, and this is like, I make my own hours in my own pay. And I think it's a pretty good job. See, I'm excited because now I admitted to the class yesterday, which was so phenomenal. I didn't know y'all was going to listen to me. So if you're in a place in a space where you're saying yes to God, but you're like, I'm not sure. And then you don't know if this yes is right because you have these uneasy feelings. Baby, let me tell you something. Peter said, Jesus, if this you tell me to come. I know he was nervous. Okay. Like a wind was tossed and driven better by the ankle. See, the waves started coming. I thought this is what I wanted. Oh my God, Jesus help. Some of you are right there in that place in space. Just say it is I, it is me. You know, you started the business and stuff, but you like on the water, like, I know I left the boat, folk, but did I really want to get out of the boat? Maybe the comfort zone wasn't so bad. Like, that's where you are. But I'm telling you, don't look back to people who didn't have the faith to get out of the boat for your answers. Call the one who called you. Teach. I'll be like, Jesus, this is scary. Fear tried to overtake me the other day. I spoke to my husband about something and I was talking about my future. And my mom and I had gotten in conversations about pensions and stuff like that. And as an entrepreneur, I'm like, you can still be in a space. I get a lot of paychecks and they're big paychecks, but you could still live at the top of your income where you're literally living paycheck to paycheck or month to month. That if something big happened, do you have something to fall back on? Or what? And I started to get in fear. And God was like, no, if I did this for you in this season, you could literally make up time that people put 20, 30 years into a pension. Girl, you can make that in the first quarter. You just have now a different mindset. It's not just about, I could have my Gucci on, I could have my Louis Vuitton. You just got to change your perspective. You just have to change you did the Bentley, you did the beach house. That was cute. But now you got to think about legacy and future. And I was like, oh my God. Hey, Moni, it's like she maturing. Like, oh my God, how did I do that? Okay. 52 and mature. I'm changing my mindset. I'm changing what's important to me. I'm changing my priorities. I'm changing all of this stuff. But yeah. So I couldn't, getting in fear ain't gonna help you. If you still don't have it in the bank, being afraid ain't gonna help you get it. Teach, Pastor Mike. It's going to be risks that help you get it. It's going to be putting all in. It's going to be putting your best foot forward. It's going to be like, okay, we got to do this. It's going to be, I need 1,000 clients at $1,000 so I could have $1 million at least that I put in this Roth IRA. Like, it's going to take that kind of thinking. Being scared ain't going to do it. I was like, oh, okay. I could really do a monologue. Can't y'all see me? I've been teeter-tottering with the idea of doing a monologue because I think I would be funny. And there I could slip my comedy in because y'all hate on my comedic relief. I could slip my comedy in and it would literally work, but it won't be like I'm just doing stand-up. I think it would work. Y'all speak back to me. Would y'all listen to a monologue? Y'all so rude. Like you could say something. Valerie, where are you? She needs encouragement. Where are you? Maybe it's a delay. I'm here on the island. I said, would y'all listen to a monologue with me? Can't you see me standing up in the spotlights and the screens and I just standing up, speaking my heart on whatever subject and we laugh and we cry and we be inspired and thank you. Thank you. I really think that would work. That's a good job. Pastor Faulkner, that's a good job. Because think about it, you ain't got to pay like a bunch of people. It's like literally you. It's not a crew, it's you, right? And you just getting up and doing that. I'm giving y'all ideas and y'all don't even know. Y'all don't appreciate me the way I need to be appreciated. See, what I said to my class the other day was this. God still has time on the clock. You might have to do it another way. I know you practice this. I know you want to do this. I know that X's and O's said this, but now we got to change the game because it's not working. It's just not working. Can you go home another way? My husband, I go home, I think the straightest route. He wants to go this scenic route because he said it gives him more peace from the church. I'm like, bro, he swears it's faster. I don't think it's faster. Sometimes I get home first. Sometimes he gets home first. So I don't know who can say we're the winner. We still get to the same destination. We just went home another way. Teach, Pastor Monica. You can still get there. You just might have to go another way. I know you thought it was going to happen this way, but it didn't. So we could spend the last month or so in the year talking about how it didn't work the way you thought. Or you could use this month to go at it another way. I am the queen of pivots. I could have been a politician because I will pivot in a minute. I'm not married. See, the thing is, I really feel like I'm auditioning for my monologue, but I do. The thing is, again, I rob the enemy of his ability to embarrass me. So if I pivot and it don't work, then I'll just try something different. I am not so married to stuff to try to save face. You try to say this, it doesn't even make sense anyway. You try to save face for something that's not working. People see it's not working. So you try to commit to it because you said you was going to commit to it, but now everybody's still watching you saying it's not working. So you really just want to fail before people. I just don't. Yeah, I don't get why people are married to stuff that's not working. I don't get it. So I'll pivot. And why won't you pivot? One, because change is not always easy, right? You like, but I've been doing this the same way my whole life. I'm like, but see, this is where I get, because I'm so logical. I believe I'm so logical, right? But it hasn't been working. So if I ever look at you, like if I ever start squinting my eyes it's because I don't really understand what you're saying. And I'm trying to grasp what you mean by what you're saying, but it don't make sense. So if you ever get that look, it's she doesn't think this makes sense, because you've been doing it like this for this long. It hasn't been working, and yet you're continuing to do it that way. And that makes sense. How? No, I'm just saying, I'm like, you want a different result. So because I thought like the aim, our goal was to do something different. So look, if I ever turn my head this way, you'd be like, oh, I need to stop telling my secrets, because I'm sure I've looked at some of you like that. Like, no, I don't understand. When I start shaking my head incessantly, two things I'm either saying, I don't understand, or I stopped listening like 2 minutes ago. And I'm trying to really just stay engaged in what you're saying. So if I ever do that, I feel very silly today. Y'all just gonna have to, it's almost Thanksgiving. Like, just give it to me. Yeah, no, like, pivot. Do it differently. I was going to have a school. Well, you thought the school was going to be in the building. Now it's virtual. Okay, it's still a school. You still helping people. I just want to help people, PM. Okay, but you don't have the money for the building right now, so do it another way. So you just not going to help people. You say, God put it on your heart because the Lord told me to do this, do this, do this. So now he changed his mind, or you lied. Like, what are we doing here? What are we saying? If God told you to help people, you could still help people. You may not have the building yet, but you could still help people. You can literally still do what you said God called you to do, or you're telling God no, or wait. Like, what are we doing here? But see, I get that. I really do. I'm like, okay, all I can do is what I can do. So I don't think about the stuff I can't do. I talk to so many people. And if I've ever talked to you and you said it, just live with it, right? Because I'm helping you, right? Because the truth is, most people call me when they need me, they need coaching. They start the conversation off with all the things they can't do. I don't think that's how you audition to get on a team. Or what do you it don't call, it's not called auditioning to get on the team. What do you call it? What is it called? You know what I mean. Try out for the team, whatever. I don't think you should be telling your coach all the things you can't do, because now I don't want you on the team. Because you're not, that's like going to a job interview and on your resume it had, I'm a fast learner, I'm a quick thinker, and all of that stuff. And then you sit at the interview and talk about all the stuff you can't do. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. You'll hear from us. Yeah, you didn't get the job, because why would you tell somebody all the things you can't do? Hey, sissy. I got a best friend over here and a best friend over here. Now I'm really going to act up. I have Simone over here and I have Pastor Lillian over here. Oh, this is my cut up season. I get to cut up, okay, because I have backup, and you can't beat either one of them. Neither one of them. They both fight. God, why did you give me two fighters? One has been my best friend for over 40 years. Oh my God, you sound old. Not quite 40 years, 30 something. She's older. And she's older. So, hey, I digress. Yeah, like, no. Stop talking about what you can do. The Bible says can't do. The Bible says I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Hey. And my other sissies on here, I really got back up. Pastor Sean Strickland. Now what? What y'all gonna do? Can't nobody do nothing. Stop talking. Don't go into this new year talking about all the stuff you can't do, because I don't even want to talk to you. Don't even call me. Because if you don't have a can-do mindset, why are you calling me? Because I'm gonna just get in your face and say, so what'd you call me for? Like, don't call me. I want to do this, but I don't have the money. Get the money. Get the money. Figure it out. Let's do it. The bigger question to a coach is, how can I do it? Man, about the plan, coach. I'm willing to do whatever you tell me to do. Jesus was at the wedding of Cana of Galilee, but he came on the invitation of his mom because they ran out of the good wine. And so Mary said, okay, I know who to call. But here's one key thing. She said, whatever he tells you to do, do it. I'm not going to coach you and you fight with me, because I'm not about to do that. I've been where you trying to go. So like, I know how to get there. And the church said, radical obedience. Number one is revelation. Number two is radical obedience. Number three is relentlessness. Let me tell you something. Faith for the ridiculous refuses to take no for an answer. It's even persistent when a door slams shut. I'm too stubborn to quit. My mama will tell you, like, I didn't know because I didn't have siblings that when you got a spanking from your mom, you stay down, act hurt so she could stop. I get back up, like, not cry. Like, you didn't hurt me until she just, Mom, I'm not trying to make you sound abusive, but I mean, until she makes you cry. And I'm like, if I had to know, if y'all had to put in the memo, like, girl, just stay down and cry, then she would stop. But but that's how I am. That was training for who I am in life. Life be life and God be God, and I'm still getting up again. I feel like we fall down, but we get up. But a saint is just a sinner. Or we could take it to Aaliyah. We could do Donnie McClurkin or Aaliyah. Dust yourself off and try again. Like, I just keep doing it. I was talking to my good friend Gwen this morning, and we was talking about, I'm like, I didn't care. In the midst of all of my friends, I was like, I'm gonna be a business owner. I'm gonna start a daycare. Lillian, like, I'm just gonna do stuff. And it's gonna be like, I'm just gonna do it. And it doesn't matter that nobody else is doing it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm just gonna be like, yeah, because I'm starting a center. In the midst of hanging out, we would go to musicals. I gotta get up. I'm starting my center. That's who I am. It's what I'm going to make stuff happen. I'm going to make it happen. I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, well, I told him years ago, we started having conferences abroad in Barbados and Bahamas. I was like, I'm gonna have conferences around the world. He's like, okay, babe. Now, first it was the Caribbean, so he could see the Caribbean. Then I was like, I'm gonna have him play Singapore. And he's like, okay, you watch Crazy Rich Asians. Now you're gonna have a conference in Singapore, and did. And then Bali, and now London. Like, it's nothing that I believe I can do all things. Prove to me that I can. What you gonna say? I put something in AI 2 days ago, whatever. And no, it wasn't 2 days ago. Anyway, I put something in AI, and I was talking about my degree completion. Many of you know my testimony. I finished 2 degrees in 6 months. I'll wait for your applause. And it kept changing the time. So it kept changing. It kept saying 8 months for the bachelor's and 2 months for the master's. I'm like, that's not what I told you. And I started going off on it. Like, that's not what I said. And because it couldn't wrap its finite mind, and I know it doesn't have a mind, but around the fact that I did it in that record time. My whole book is called In Record Time. It kept changing the times. And then Claude tried to play me and said, he said, I'm sorry for changing it. You can live in your truth. I said, it's not my truth, it's the truth. So Claude, I got so tickled by that even technology couldn't understand what I had done. You better make history, girl. Like, no, it's literally history. Like, what? Stop praying for things eyes have not seen and ears have not heard if you don't expect to really participate in that stuff. And I don't care who has something to say about it or whatever. It don't even matter. See, when I'm anointed by God, I don't need approval by man at all. I don't seek validation. I love being an only child because the first thing my mom told me to do before I could walk, before I could get into stuff, is she taught me how to clap for myself. So, and that works even in marriage, because even when the unthinkable things that I have done, like this house that we have in the Bahamas, is unthinkable. My husband didn't even know about it. The point that I'm making is, if I needed everybody to get on board and to understand what God showed me, then half of the stuff that I do, I wouldn't have moved on. See, the problem is many of you can't have faith for the ridiculous because you need too many cheerleaders to do it. Before you make a step, you want to clap before you do it? Like, girl, do it, and then we'll clap afterwards. How about that? That is so, Lady Marcia, you know that's funny. You want an applause before you. I don't know that you could do it until you did it. So what am I clapping for? I don't need that. I really do. I mean, I love your accolades and praise and all of that, but I know praise is so fickle with people. Because remember, like they was like, Hosanna, blessed be the rock. And then a week later, they hung him high, they stretched him wide, they hung. Yeah, so I don't really get up and caught up in the praise of people because the same people that used to praise me don't speak to me no more. So I don't really get that engrossed in what people say about me. I'm gonna do it regardless. I tell people all the time, you could be either in the pictures or you'll watch the pictures. Either way, it's gonna happen. But see, that confidence is who I will remain confident in this. I will see. Y'all know I'm a walking playlist. The goodness of the Lord. Y'all sing it with me. I will remain confident in this. I just believe God. Like he don't lie. He don't say psych. He don't be playing. So if he said I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And I do it. And you have the ability to. Y'all know Romans 2:11 says that God is no respecter of person. But if you have the same kind of faith, you can still do what I do. You can move like I move. You can say to this mountain, move, and it has to obey you. Like you have whatever you say. That word is for you too. That's how you're going to have ridiculous faith for the ridiculous. Don't look at the surroundings around you. I don't care what nobody's saying. I got enough faith to take the roof off to get what God tells me to do. Number 1 is revelation. Number 2 is radical obedience. Number 3 is relentlessness. Number 4 is resilience. You must be willing to look ridiculous. Since Jesus made himself no respecter of person, I don't care what you say. Like he just doesn't. Why do you care so much about your reputation? You got to be willing to look, feel ridiculous, and still not fold. True faith gets up when it's laughed at. Like, I didn't know some of this stuff was going to work. I told you my first conference in Dubai, I had it during Ramadan. Girl, you didn't do your research. You're going to a Muslim country. You did not know that was the high holy time. People can't go out until it's 7 o'clock at night. You got all these people coming from the United States, and they literally can't go anywhere until after 7 p.m. What did you do? But guess what? I've never seen the righteous say, I never seen it. I never seen it. Guess what? It don't matter. First of all, it's hot as Hades. I didn't say hell. Hell is in the Bible. It still would have been permissible, but it's hot as Hades in Dubai. You don't need to go nowhere before 7. The sessions were during the day, so nobody missed anything. And people actually thought it was pretty cool to be there to see all of the traditions and say, you see how I did that? You see how God saved that? I didn't choose to do it again when I had 3 more conferences in Dubai, but at least we had the experience of doing it. I could have sulked and, oh my God, I can't believe I did it. Everybody had an amazing time, and I took hundreds of people there to Dubai even afterwards. Guess what? I don't let nothing get me down. I'll be like, ooh, that was not something I should have done. And I just roll with it. I just roll with it. My husband's like, what do you mean we can't? When we got there in the middle of the night in Dubai. It was 99 degrees still outside at night. He said, oh, I wasn't going out during the day anyway, right? And look at God. Embarrassment is a choice. I chose not to be embarrassed. I talked about it at the conference. I was like, hey guys, and I just used it for coaching. See, the enemy wants me to be embarrassed, so I never try to do stuff like that again. Don't you do nothing big like that again. You could go somewhere else and then it'd be another thing. Oh, listen to this. I'm glad I didn't do it though, but I thought about doing it, right? At a conference in Barbados, right? And I was talking about something I was going to do, and the host pastor said, I'm glad you didn't do that because we were going to be in the army of the Lord, because I love fatigue. She said, you can't wear fatigue here because our army does it, and so it's against the law. Okay, what if me and my team be all fatigued out? Okay, can you imagine me? Yeah, the devil didn't frighten me. He just doesn't frighten me. I'm going to do it anyway. Let me tell you something else that happened when I went to Dubai for the first year. I was so hyped. So, of course, I had the little sign for Dubai on all my flyers because we outside. We going to Dubai. And I'm a small girl just with a small company trying to just do some big things, like, come on, let's do it. We had a conference. It was amazing. I shut down a 5-star restaurant. The old Bollywood stars would go there. It's an antique restaurant. It was beautiful. Shut it down. My conference took over, and it was just amazing. You go into the lobby of the hotel, and I have my banners up, and people are looking, other guests, like, I think that's her. And I was feeling so special, like, God is so faithful. Because when it's good, and you be like, this is so, I just when I obey God, I heard in my spirit. When it's going good, that's the testimony until something happened. You be like, I don't know why I even did this. A couple months after my conference in Dubai, I got a letter at about 2 a.m. Oh my God. I feel like that girl whose hair came off on the Wifey podcast. Oh my God. I got a letter from the government, United Emirates, saying that they were suing me. Wait, what? First of all, y'all want the wealthiest country that I don't have. What? I was reading this like this is a prank, this is a joke, this is a bad, like somebody. No, it was real. Because I had used their national symbol. I didn't know. I found it on the internet. I just put it on my flyers. I was going to Dubai. Why can't I use the symbol for Dubai? Well, except for I didn't have permission. They told me to, within a certain amount of time, all the pictures that had even a corner of a sign of it in there, I had to take it down. Here's the issue. I didn't know everybody who went with us. So some people were friends and family members of people who came. So I'm trying to contact everybody. Like, Marcia, please take this flyer, this one picture down I saw on your Facebook page. I have to explain to everybody what's happening. Please remove it off of Facebook. And they kept finding things. They kept finding things until I was nervous. I called Melissa 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, she said, I saw it. So she got the letter too. And I was like, oh my God, Melissa, what is happening? Like, I can't believe this is happening. I know I heard God and all of that kind of stuff. The devil just wants you shook. You know what I mean? It almost happened for a little bit until I remembered who I was. And then I finally stood up and I'm like, God told me to do it. And I was like, hey, I don't ever have to come to your country again. And I wrote them a letter back. I don't know everybody who came to my conference and I cannot take every photo down. And I said, and I brought over $1 million to your region. And it may not be a lot in comparison, but hundreds of people who didn't know about the hotel and came to they responded back, you're right, Mrs. Haskell. We apologize for any inconvenience this has caused. We would love to help you bring your conference back to Dubai in the future, which hence why we had 3 more conferences there. I put up 4 fingers in this, 3, but you got what I'm saying. 3 more conferences there. I just stood up and said, wait a minute, you're not getting ready to punk me. Like, God told me to do this. And my bad, I didn't know. I won't do it again. But the point is, I can't do, and it shifted. You got to understand your authority. Stop playing. I can't say the word PUNK on because then they flag it. But stop being, okay, I did it. I made a mistake. See, I don't let mistakes, my failures aren't final. I mean, I know you hear messages preached like that, but I really believe that. I'm like, my bad, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't know. We don't never got to come back there. And he's like, no, hold on. See, you don't know what you bring to the table. And then guess what the lady going to do in a letter? Correct me. She said, don't minimize $1 million because they all flew Emirates and all of that. You brought wealth. You added wealth to our country. I said, you better encourage me. Here I was thinking I was getting sued. The letter was strong in the beginning. No, I ain't gonna lie. The point that I'm making is, you see how I did that? So I did, even when we went to Singapore, it was like, somebody contacted me and was like, you have to go through the bureau. And if you don't do this, it's going to do that. And he tried to instill fear. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this. We're coming. I'm not doing this or that. I'm going to do this. And we had a conference, no issues. Because I have the grace for ridiculous faith. Teach, girl. I'm almost done. But my bounce back game is like it never happened. Number 5, if you're going to have ridiculous faith, you got to take a risk. If it doesn't require risk, it doesn't require faith. God invites you out of the boat, even if you can't swim. And here's the thing, you asked for this. Peter said, they had just got finished doing ministry, feeding the multitudes. And Peter said, I think that's Jesus. I see a Bob. I think that's so funny. I think that's Jesus. Jesus, if that's you, tell me to come. My son had some revelation that I thought was awesome. He said, Mom, but here's the thing. Everybody in the boat could have walked on the water because when Jesus called Peter, he never called him by name. He just said, come. I said, taking it. It's a risk. I know Peter was like, how was he doing it? Like surfing? Like, how was he doing it? Everything you do, if it doesn't require risk, it's not faith. You got stuff that's figure outable talking about I just need faith. No, you don't. You just figured that out. You don't even need faith for that. You just do this and this and this. But that ain't gonna get you the eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. You could be a millionaire without even having faith. You really can. You could just sell 1,000 units of something at $1,000 and that'll do the math. It'll be $1 million. That ain't even deep. Do y'all get where I'm going? Like, and you too old to be taking baby steps. Okay, when you gonna get there? You, Caleb. I mean, he still work with. Come on, like, no. The reason why I take big risks and bold risks, I was talking to my friend today, Gwen, because she's, going through the program. And I said, Gwen, I didn't know this was going to work. In theory, it worked out. And everything on paper, it don't be working out. Because when you got your first apartment, you was like, Ma, I can afford it. Until the bills caught up to you and you couldn't go out to the movies and stuff. And then you like, oh my God, just because I can afford it on paper. So you get how that works. So when I mapped out this degree completion program, I'm like, they said you could go your pace and you could go as fast as you can and all of that. They didn't technically mean do this, this, and this. I mapped it out on paper, but everything on paper don't always work out. But I put my reputation on the line. Guess what I did? Before I finished it, I said I was going to do it. See, most of you would do it afterwards to say, okay, celebrate with me. Look at what I've done. I said it before. I put so many demands on myself. So the nights I wanted to quit, I'm like, but that's not what you said. I put my word on the line to say, no, I'm going to be accountable and I'm going to do it. My husband said, why are you putting this kind of pressure on yourself? I'm saying, because I said it. I'd rather, this is me. I'd rather do something hard for 2 months than the slow poke for 2 years. I'm not even interested in stuff for 2 years to be taking that long. I'm like, nah, I'd rather just. And guess what? I was so glad I did. All I had to do is go week after week after week and only had 2 more weeks left and all of that kind of stuff. And then it was done. It was like, oh, that was a lot of work. The master's was much easier to me because it was writing. I wrote 700 books. Like, I'm not afraid of writing. So that was easier to me. That bachelor's was difficult. Why? Because it was teach, Pastor Monica, because it was a bunch of stuff I didn't want to do. Teach, Pastor Monica, because some things in your assignment requires a process of you doing some things you don't want to do. All right. So when I had to take art history, I'm like, I don't care about impressionist art. I don't care about none of this stuff. I realized my brain shut off with stuff I don't think is useful, but I had to train myself to care. I had to train myself to understand it. I had to train myself to do what I don't want to do so I can get to the place I really want to be. Makes sense? It's like, I want to be skinny, but I don't want to exercise. Like, it requires both. And it's all of these things in life. And I realized that me going to school really has nothing to do with school. It's more about discipline. I have discipline in some areas and not others. So I would say things like, I don't have time to work out. Okay, do you have time to die? Because that's what could happen if you don't take care of your body. But you had discipline for business. You had discipline for school. You had discipline for what you thought was a priority. Be quiet, Matthew. Matthew's talking about, would you like me to come on with you? Bring yourself on if you want to be on. So here's what I'm saying, guys. I didn't know it was going to work till it worked. I was like, in theory, this should work. And then it worked. The first degree worked. And I was like, I'm going to do the same for master's. And people kept trying to prepare. But it's different with the master's. It's a little more difficult and all of that. And I was like, I'm going to do it. The bachelor's I finished, I had an 8-week span. I finished in 7 weeks. And then the master's I did, and I still had an 8-week span and I finished in 6 weeks because I just put those kind of demands on myself just because I wanted to say I did it in 6 weeks. And it's the same amount of information. It's the same. And don't act like I don't retain it. I can explain Cotter's. I can explain. I got a whole master's in organizational leadership. What would you like to talk about? Like, I am not playing no games. And now I'm in a PhD program to a person who said they would never go back to school. God has us in spaces and places that we never thought we would be in. And you'll have a special grace for it. You have a special grace for. I didn't have the grace for it years ago. I was intelligent years ago, but I didn't have the grace for it. But now I have the grace. I dare you to say I have the grace. Whatever God is telling you to do, Cherie, even if you failed at it before, I had a 1.75 grade point average. Okay. That doesn't sound like a scholar to me. So not only was I determined to go back, I was determined to go back and get high, a high GPA. I did not know I could do a 4.0. When I got a 4.0 in the first class, and then I'm like, if I could do it in this class, then I could do it in the next class. It became a sport to me. It became a challenge to me. So when the guy tried to give me a 3.8, I wrote him a letter. Could you tell me what I need to do? I will write the whole paper over if I can, tell me what I need to do. And he was like, oh, no, it's still a very good grade. Oh, I didn't ask you for that. I want to know what I need to do. And it became such a thing for me that it became exciting. So I finished the bachelor's with a 4.0 and finished the master's with a 4.0. You can't tell me nothing now. You can't even act like I'm not smart. Okay, summa cum laude. Yeah. Because see, the devil tried to terrorize me with 33 years of schooling for you. 33 years of it didn't work before. 33 years of you couldn't pass math and Spanish and that's required. 33 years of I did not realize, as bold as I was, as hype as I was, that I had fear. Oh, but we killed it. We crushed it. I got an A in statistics and all. I'm like, now don't ask me if I understand that stuff. I just did enough to pass. I did enough to not just pass, but I did enough to do well on it. I studied what I needed to know. I was looking at this stuff like, yeah, I don't get it. And to all of my children, one of my children on here, I'm sorry for lying to you saying you're going to need this stuff later because most of this stuff, if you're not a scientist, you're never going to use this stuff. So I apologize in advance for that. But it was still necessary. You're going to have to do some stuff that's necessary. It's just necessary. You got a house and stuff. You got to clean it. I mean, it's just necessary. You can lament over stuff you got to do, but you still got to do it. And so I just rather just get it done. Just get her done. Guess what I did first? I'm going to tell y'all something it's time for me to go. Let me just tell you something. I'm going to throw this in here for free. I did all the hard classes first. Because I know that at the end of the semester that people get weary. Come to the children to get weary, don't you get weary? Yeah, I know you get weary at the end of a thing. So let me do the hard thing while my brain is in it. Well, let me do the hard thing while I'm still excited about being in school. Let me do the hard thing. So at the end of a thing, it was easy classes that was a smart strategy. See, everything requires, but when you have the mind of Christ, God will give you divine and supernatural strategies to attack things that other people see differently. I think it makes sense. Every time the teacher gave an option of, I hate PowerPoints. Every time the teacher gave an option of a PowerPoint in a video, I chose video. Why? Because I do this every single day. I was like, hi, this is Monica for OLS 500. Hey, everyone. They was like, I love your videos. Because I kind of been training for something I didn't know was coming. Teach, girl. I'm trying to get out of this. I was training for something. Maybe what you're going through is training you for something. He's preparing me for things. Y'all hear Darryl Coley? Okay, listen. So go with the flow. God knows what he's doing. He knows how he's going to use you in this next season. Just go with it. I'm out of time, but I'm not out of word. I love y'all so much. Listen, this is a good ministry. Sow a seed. If you were blessed today, you heard something encouraging. You're like, I didn't think of it like that. I could use this for my own life. Sow a seed. PM Global One is the Cash App. PayPal is PM@PastorMonica.com. Zelle is LadyMHaskell@AOL.com. Amen. You support a lot of stuff for the kingdom when you help me. And so Cherie 1,000 times in this season. So everybody sow a seed. Those who will watch it later, I declare the same grace that's on my life flows on your life. And I speak your seed is blessed and that you have another level of understanding. I just don't believe I could fail. I just don't believe I could fail. I'm starting this PhD program and most people would think, oh, you got 2.5 months off. No, do I? Heck no, I don't. First of all, I never stop working. But I study. I study all them notes from the masters because I can't be in the people PhD class and not know what I'm talking about. So I did study sheets. I use AI. I'm like, give me everything I need to know on organizational leadership. Give me notes and give me, if I'm in conversation with somebody, what do I need to say? What do I need to know? What are the thought leaders? Who is I'm studying every day. Why? You ain't getting ready to catch me with my work undone. I love y'all so much. Y'all, listen, have a great Thanksgiving. Now, listen, I want you to look at the plate before you post it. I want you to, no, seriously, I want you to see if it's visually appealing because some stuff may be very, very yummy and very, very tasty on the, to you, but it may not be something to post. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help you. So, like, you don't want to be the meme saying, whose house is this for Thanksgiving? Like, you don't want to do that. So, just make sure, you know what I mean, it's visually stimulating and appealing before you post it. If not, just enjoy it for yourself. All right. I love you guys so much. I love you real big. All right. Have an incredible weekend. You know, I'm going to come on tomorrow too because we're going to give thanks. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the whole. Your dinner is not that early, so you'll be fine. Give thanks. Why you cooking greens? Because He's given Jesus Christ. And now let the weak say, I am. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow, okay? All right. I love you. Bye.